Well, hello everyone. My name is Caitlin Fitzgerald, and I am the Business Development Manager for Holland America down in South Central and East Florida. So I do work with Amanda, I do work with Marissa, and you are in absolutely excellent hands. They are truly some of the most Alaska experts that I know in the travel agent realm down here. So I'm really excited that you are in fantastic hands. And I'm going to share a little bit more about this itinerary and just about what you'll experience on Holland America out in Alaska with us. So, what really sets Holland America apart is that we have been the trusted Alaska experts for almost 80 years. So, almost as long as you have had your travel agency. But really, we've been in Alaska longer than it's even been a state. So we have a deep knowledge and deep tradition in the area, and we really are able to treat our guests to fully immersive and authentic Alaskan experiences. And I can say firsthand because I actually spent 4 years of my life living and working in Alaska for Holland America as a tour director on these land tours. So I've spent a lot of time out there, and I'm really excited to share my experiences with you today. And I absolutely love the itinerary that you've chosen. So I'm really, really excited. So you have chosen, let me see if I can get this to move ahead here. You have chosen the Ultimate Alaska and Denali DAL land tour. So that is a 7-day land tour paired with a 7-night southbound glacier discovery cruise. So I want to give you a little bit of an overview of what it is that you'll be doing each day. You can see here you will be starting in Fairbanks, going to Denali, then Anchorage, and then spending time in Alyeska, which I will talk about in further detail. And then you'll get on your cruise and you'll have a 7-night cruise. So I'm going to just kind of highlight everything for you. First and foremost, you will begin on your first 2 days in Fairbanks. So you will first and foremost be a part of escorted group travel. So you will meet your tour director in Fairbanks, and they'll be waiting for you there, and they'll be with you for the entire land portion of your journey. So they are there to really ensure that your trip is enriching and running smoothly, and they will give you their personalized recommendations at each stop along the way and just allow you to really relax, be informed, but just have a point of contact with you the whole way. So you'll meet them in Fairbanks and then you'll kind of just check in and spend that night there. And then the first real true day of your trip with us in Fairbanks, you will have a double day where you'll be going to the Riverboat Discovery and then you'll also be going to Gold Dredge number 8. So these are two of the highest rated attractions in Fairbanks. And this is some personal photos of mine. On the left, you can see these are two groups, again, escorted group travel. So you'll have just a wonderful time amongst fellow like-minded travelers. And then you'll spend time on the riverboat. That is a 4-hour tour down the Chena River. You'll get to experience a bush pilot demonstration, go to a native Athabascan replica village. You'll also get to visit Susan Butcher's kennels. She's the 4-time female girl power Iditarod winner. So you'll get to visit her kennel and see a sled dog demonstration there. And you'll also have a lunch included. And then you'll go to the Gold Dredge number 4 or number 8, excuse me. So you'll learn all about the Trans-Alaska pipeline out there. You'll actually get to see the pipeline. You'll get an open air train ride around the property, learn all about gold mining, gold dredging, and then you'll get to pan for gold of your very own. And yes, you do get to keep the gold after you are done panning. So it's just a really fun day. And I will mention that it can be done in reverse order. So if you get there and you go to the Gold Dredge first, don't worry, you'll still have lunch included before you get on that boat. It's just maybe scheduling will be a little bit different, but that is your first day. And then you'll go to Denali with us. You'll have just about a 3.5 hour motor coach ride to Denali where you'll spend the next 2 days. So we do have our very own property that's located less than 2 miles from the entrance of Denali National Park. It is 60 acres and it sits right on the banks of the river there, right by the park of the Nenana River. And you will, because of the proximity, we will have a shuttle that will take you right to the visitor center of Denali National Park. So you can visit all the exhibits there. They have great films. There's great hiking trails out there. and you'll get to really just relax on our property. So you can see the 60-acre property. Denali Square there is the social hub of our property. There's live music every night. You can find park ranger talks. You can roast s'mores at the fire pits there and just grab a drink or a bite to eat and just absolutely enjoy the beautiful surroundings. And we do also bring sled dog puppies to that lodge. So those are not just for show. And I will go ahead and prove it here. So Doggone It Kennels actually brings these dogs throughout the summer, a couple different litters as a means of socializing them. So you get to learn all about their life and take photos and cuddle with them. So it's a really great feature that we do have for our guests. So I mentioned Denali Square. We do have the amphitheater there for those park ranger talks. You can, of course, enjoy just the live music there, but there's an artist in residence cabin as well. And then we have our famous Music of Denali dinner theater there. Marissa, have you been before?
Yes.
Yes. So it's a comedic, lively retelling of the first folks who summited Mount Denali, and then it is a family style dinner there. So it's a really great time, but just a lot of activities right on our property. So it's fantastic. And then of course we have our restaurants too. We have Karsten's Public House. We do have Canyon Ridge Grill that is a steakhouse, and you're finding local ingredients, so local fish, local produce. So we do really, and of course, local beer and spirits. So we do really bring the flavors of Alaska to the plates of our guests. Pizza places on property as well, and then a coffee shop. So you're really going to find everything you're looking for right on property. But of course, there's right across the street a lot to explore, lots of shops and restaurants there as well. Now, what I will mention is that unlike your cruise portion where all of your meals are included, the land tour does not have meals included. So we do have an optional meal plan for you if you are interested in that. It is just for 2027 going to be at our very own lodge. So you'll have a Denali dining plan and then you'll also have lunch included on the rail. So you can see what would be included in Denali and what would be included on the rail for you. Now, this is prepaid. It does include gratuities, and it can really take the guesswork out of where you're eating, but you'll still have that flexibility with what you're ordering. So if you are interested, do make sure you talk to your advisors about that when you are booking your cruise to add that. Now, you can also upgrade your lodging in Denali. So I just want to mention that really quickly. And that will be in our Denali suites or our deluxe rooms. So those are our newest rooms on property. You'll have some great amenities like a custom Pendleton blanket on each bed. There's s'mores kits. There's a Keurig coffee maker. And there's even heated bathroom floors. So it's really just a lovely upgrade if you are interested. It's not in connection to being booked into a suite on the cruise ship, so it is a separate choice. And you can see here the Denali State suites are $99 per person per night, and they do include all of those amenities plus a refrigerator and a private balcony that does have park views. And then the deluxe stateroom is still that same category of room, just not the refrigerator and not the balcony. So those are also available for you as well. So do mention that if you are interested in those upgrades. Now, what we do include on your time in Denali with us is, of course, a park tour. You're coming to Alaska, I'm sure, to experience some of its incredible wildlife. And we do include the Tundra Wilderness Tour on your 2-night stay in Denali with us. So it is run by the National Park Service. A certified naturalist will pick you right up from our lodge and take you as deep into Denali National Park as you can possibly go. That is currently only mile 43 because there was a landslide. However, in 2027, they are projecting that the road will be fully open. So you get to go all the way into Denali National Park, which is very exciting. And you'll be in this modified school bus, and your naturalist will be on the lookout for any and all wildlife and really be sharing a lot about the region with you. And they do even have TVs outfitted in the bus, as well as some zoom lenses that can zoom in on anything that you might be seeing in the distance. And oftentimes you don't even need that. These are personal photos of mine from that Denali or the Tundra Wilderness Tour. So you're looking for the land big five out there, of course, the grizzly bears, the moose, the caribou, as well as the Dall sheep. That's why the park was actually created in the first place. It was a means to protect those Dall sheep. And then if you can find them, the elusive gray wolf. I've only ever had one group see them out there, but I will cross my fingers for you all to see that gray wolf. So there's just a lot of opportunity to see that infamous wildlife that the park is famous for. We do also have a lot of different optional excursions out there, and some of my favorite really do take place near Denali. Again, personal photos of mine. You can go rafting, you can hike on the tundras of Denali, you can take a fat truck tour through the terrain too and see how that first response vehicle operates. It's really quite interesting. And then, of course, we have opportunities for flight seeing out there too. So you can go in Denali, take a flight seeing tour over Mount Denali, see that famous peak, or take a helicopter and land on a glacier. Now, there's a lot of different activity levels. Of course, we just have guided nature walks, photography out there as well. So there really is something for every activity level. But oftentimes people just want to enjoy the property, and that's great too. So that is available for you out there. Now, we will also then include a rail that will take you from Denali to Anchorage. This is about an 8 to 8.5 hour journey, and it is on our very own privately owned and operated double-decker glass-domed rail cars. So you will be sitting on the upper level. All of the seats are forward facing, have those beautiful unparalleled views of the wilderness as you are cruising through. And then you'll have a bartender and a narrator who will be with your train car the entire day, keeping you entertained with stories and tales of the area, as well as hydrated because there is a full bar to get you through those 8.5 hours. But of course, they serve coffee and soft drinks as well. And the lower level is equipped with a dining car where you will have breakfast and lunch available for purchase. And there's an open air viewing platform on each of our train cars as well, so you can fully take in the mountainous scenery and air. So it's a great day on the train. You'll then spend that night in Anchorage. You'll get there about 5:30, so you'll have a good amount of time for dinner. And then you do have a later start in the morning, so you get that morning as well in Anchorage before you head down to Alyeska. Now, on the way down to Alyeska, you will have an included stop at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. So this is a new partnership and newly included on these itineraries this year. So I'm really excited for you. They are a center that is really dedicated to preserving the most vital, wildlife of the area. They've been restoring the local wood bison population out there. So you'll get to go and actually see the animals that live there, learn all about their conservation efforts. And you can also support their efforts on board with an Eland the Moose plush toy or a themed cocktail, and all of those proceeds go back to supporting this center. So you'll have a visit there, and then you'll end up at Alyeska, which will be your base for the next 2 days. It is about total from Anchorage to Alyeska, maybe an hour by motor coach, but it's an absolutely beautiful ride down the Turnagain Arm. And then the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center is just a few minutes away from your hotel. So, Alyeska Resort is located in the town of Girdwood, and this is where I would spend my days off. This is where I would take anyone who visited me in Alaska. It's my favorite little town out there, so I'm really excited for you to spend some time here. It is a ski resort in the winter, but in the summer it has just beautiful access to hiking. There's biking trails. The town itself is very walkable. My favorite brewery is there. There's also some great restaurants out there, and then some great features that you can enjoy on the property itself that I'll point out quickly. There is an aerial tram that you can take up to the top of the mountain and have just beautiful overlooks. There's bars and restaurants up there, as well as access to those hiking paths. And then, of course, if you're ready for some rest and relaxation, there is the Alyeska Nordic Spa on property as well. So you can purchase a hydrotherapy pass and partake in the different warm, hot, and cold plunges. There's saunas, there's steam rooms, and you can also opt for a spa treatment as well. And you can really just enjoy being in that beautiful microclimate. It's just a lush rainforest out there. So it's really just amazing to be outdoors. And of course, enjoy the almost 24 hours of sunlight that you'll be receiving out there during the summer months. Now, you will then get on your cruise, and you'll have first and foremost, your first day will be spent, you'll go through Whittier. Your first day will be spent cruising Hubbard Glacier. That is the second largest glacier in all of the world, but it's located in Wrangell St. Elias National Park. So you'll get to cross that national park off your list. I think the glacier face is over 70 miles long, so it's going to be a beautiful day of scenic glacier cruising. And then your second day is Glacier Bay National Park. Now, this is one of my favorite places that I've ever been, hands down, and we make it very special in with Holland America. So we first we get more permits than any other cruise line out there. There's only 2 permits allowed in Glacier Bay per day. So it's very, very special to be in there. It's about 3.3 million acres of just preserved wilderness, untouched. There's incredible wildlife out there from otters, seals, orcas. You'll see whales. We also stop and we will pick up the park rangers who will be with you. These are my personal photos for the entire day that you're in Glacier Bay. So they'll be narrating the journey. You can attend lectures and Q&A sessions. They bring exhibits with them, and the captain can open the bow of the ship, weather depending, do some 360-degree turns, and we'll be serving our world famous Dutch pea soup as well as hot chocolate for you on those decks. And of course, the park rangers will also bring the national park stamp with them. So again, another national park crossed off the list. And then I think somehow the Skagway thing wound up here, but we're going to go ahead and pass. Oh no, you're going to Skagway. That's why. I'm thinking land tour. It's usually a land tour stop for me. So Skagway will be your next stop. Now, this is the gateway to the Klondike, and it is the home of the #1 rated attraction in all of Alaska, which is the White Pass and Yukon Rail. So if you are going there, I highly recommend it. It is a narrow gauge historic rail. It was built at the height of the 1898 gold rush. It's been operating ever since on that same narrow gauge. They're either replica or restored original train cars, and you'll just have some absolutely stunning mountainous scenery as you are cruising through. If you do just want to enjoy the town, of course, it is still that frontier era type town with those colorful false facades and the wooden boardwalks. And you're situated right in the Klondike Gold Rush National Historical Park. So you'll be able to really just enjoy that town in Skagway. And then your next 2 ports will be Ketchikan. Just wanted to talk quickly about some of the things you could do there, which is a rainforest sanctuary and a totem park option for the itinerary. Now, Ketchikan also is the salmon fishing capital of the world, so great place to go there fishing. And then there is oh my goodness, there is the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show out there as well. So it's a really great time. It's ladies, you're really gonna love it. A lot of lumberjacks and a lot of demonstrations for us, but it's a great time. And then the last stop that you will have is Juneau, which is world renowned for its whale watching. It's also home to Mendenhall Glacier, so a great opportunity there to do some of the whale watching. And some of the providers are really so confident that you'll see a whale out there that they actually offer a money back guarantee. And there's just a lot of great opportunities in Juneau to, again, enjoy the colorful offerings. They have the Red Dog Saloon. There's a couple breweries out there that I love, and Tracy's Crab Shack, so you can sample some of that famous Alaskan crab. So a great cruise port for you there as well. Now, just to cover very quickly, I'll wrap this up. Overall, what you'll experience on board is that you do have those onboard experts with you, from the park rangers to even Huna Tlingit native cultural ambassadors who will talk all about the significance of the area. So really, you're learning firsthand from destination experts. You'll have Alaska up close presentations. So these take place on our world stage. We really curate all the content to make sure that you're going to feel like you're in Alaska, even if you never get off the ship. So these Alaska up close presentations can be about the Iditarod race, maybe famous Alaskan women, or even, Pacific Northwest whales. So a lot of great topics that we'll cover. And again, that wildlife spotting, as well as that glacier day that we talked about with Glacier Bay. On board, you'll also have the chance to really sample the flavors of Alaska. We are the first cruise line of its kind. I'll come back to this, but we do have the first of its kind global fresh fish program. So we are responsibly certified. So it is only fresh, sustainable, and local seafood that you'll be having on your vessel with a 48-hour or less port to plate guarantee. So really a great chance to sample that infamous Alaskan, halibut, salmon, and you'll also get to sample some offerings from Chef Morimoto, as you see here. I grew up watching Iron Chef, so I'm very excited by this partnership, but he is our global fresh fish ambassador. So great chance to sample that fresh seafood. Of course, if seafood's not your thing, you'll also get the chance to sample maybe some Alaskan berries baked into desserts, or even reindeer sausage. And then we do have a cook and catch program I like pointing out. So if you do opt to book a participating shore excursion where you go fishing with us, you can actually bring your fresh caught fish back on board, meet with the chef, and figure out kind of how you want your fish prepared that night and what sides you want. So that's a great way to enjoy the fruits of your labor directly to your plate that evening. And then our Alaska themed menus, of course, maybe a Gold Rush themed dinner or a salmon, what am I thinking? A crab leg dinner. So you'll find different themed dinners throughout as well. And then the glacial ice cocktails, you can sample a craft cocktail made with locally distilled spirits, and it does come complete with a glacier ice cube from an already calved 800-year-old glacier.
Oh,
So very, very fresh offering for you. And then we do just want to point out we are known for our service on board. You'll experience some wonderful service. We have won the Best in Service award from Cruise Critic for, this says 3 years, but we are now 4 years in a row, which we're very excited about. So you'll have twice daily turn down service for added comfort while you're sailing with us. And we do have a 1 to 2 crew to guest ratio on board. Of course, great entertainment that you will also get to enjoy for the entirety of your time with us. We have fantastic live music on board. So we have Rolling Stone Rock Lounge. So you'll have a live band that performs multiple times per night. We do have Vivace, our strings ensemble, as well as Billboard on board that has dueling pianos nightly, and they do take requests. And you'll get to enjoy just performances on our world stage as well. We do have our specialty entertainers as well as our resident, singers, dancers, and musicians that will have shows nightly. So always a show on the world stage each night. And then activity wise, we do have activities day and night. So we have, the sport court. So you can do table tennis, shuffleboard. You do see pickleball here. We do have pickleball courts on all of our cruise ships. So you get to play. We do have gear and lessons as well. And then, of course, activities from adult coloring to, origami. We have just a full curated list of activities every day. And I did want to point out, too, there is a casino. So, yes, there is a casino on board for you. And then finally, the traditions that you'll find on board. We've been sailing for over 150 years. It's actually our 153rd anniversary this year. So guests have come to know and love our traditions, which is our Royal Dutch tea, which you'll find on your sea days where you'll get to enjoy some Dutch treats in addition to the normal high tea offerings. You'll have mint and ginger service after dinner. And then once per cruise, this is why I'm talking about this for you, we do have our Dutch day. Now, Holland America actually started as a regular passenger and cargo service that brought passengers from Rotterdam to New York. So from Holland to America. And that is actually how we got our name. So we do honor that Dutch heritage with this Dutch day. You'll get to enjoy a Dutch dinner. You'll come back to your nightly turn down service and see a stroopwafel on your pillow. And then our Dutch day is capped off by our orange party. So please do pack your best and brightest orange because everybody does go all out and they wear orange to their dinner and then it goes right into the live party at night, themed cocktails, and it is a nod to, again, that Dutch heritage, which is the House of Orange. So, and it's the King's Day celebration that we do honor there. So please bring your best and brightest orange when you are cruising with us. Now, finally, we do have our Have It All package that you can add to your cruise if you are so inclined. It is all of the amenities that you might be purchasing separately on board, but we do bundle them together at a reduced rate of just $60 per person per day. This includes shore excursion credits as well as specialty dining upgrades, and then a drink package, which is 15 drinks per person per day, up to $11. It's not just alcohol. It's not just alcohol. It's also soft drinks, specialty coffees, maybe smoothies, bottles of water. So there's a lot of value to be found in that drink package. And then we also do include Wi-Fi as well. Now, since you are looking for 2027, we are currently offering the Have It All early booking bonus. So it is the same price per person per day, but we've taken certain elements of that package and we've really upgraded them. So from the signature beverage package to the elite, so the value of the drink is a little bit more that you're able to order. You go from the surf Wi-Fi to the premium so you can stream. And then we do throw in free prepaid crew appreciation. So that's about 17 to 19 plus dollars per person per day. So that right there is a ton of value. And then if you are interested in that dining package that I talked about on the land, we're actually throwing that in free of charge right now for our 2027 cruise tours who opt for that have it all early booking bonus. So you will have the meal plan included for adding this have it all package. So great value add, and I'm really excited that we're offering that.